In a world where opportunities are abundant and knowledge is everywhere, things can become a little confusing. And that is where a mentor or mentorship comes in. A mentor can help you navigate through a complex web of possibilities. So I think it will be fair to say that mentorship is not just an integral part for one's own professional development, but it's also important for one's personal development. Ladies and gentlemen, my own experience as a formal mentor to a mentee is a rather unique one. For you see, I've not had a mentor in my whole life, but I was fortunate enough to have had a kind of a guru, in a manner of speaking, in the form of my mother. My mother was my pillar of strength, my guiding light, and she taught me some of the most profound lessons in life. She taught me right from a very young age to foster the qualities of integrity, empathy, and determination, and I think that has stood me in good stead. So, before we start, who or what is a mentor? Who do you think is a mentor? Some quick words or a couple of phrases very quickly, Saga. Who is a mentor in your?
Who guides us and take us in the right path.
Right, a guide. Anyone else? Ash? A mentor?
Someone you look up to.
Someone you look up to. Yes?
Someone whose experience we can use to navigate our path forward.
Yeah, experience and a navigator, a compass,
Yeah.
yes.
One who stands by during tough times as well and guides you.
Right, so, someone who guides you, who stands by you. Yes, yes, Mosina.
Yeah, someone who gives the feedback so that we can improve on our next attempt.
Correct, feedback. So very interesting. I heard words like guide, friend, support, guidance. Exactly. So I'll try and put in some of my own observation on who a mentor is, and then we'll see if we can put it all together and try and get a more complete picture. So very simply put, a mentor is someone who with their experience and their expertise can provide guidance and support to an understudy. Mentors have the experience to share their knowledge and act as a navigator to help mentees prosper, to get ahead. Some mentors, I'm not saying all, but some mentors act as role models and they inspire their mentees to set and achieve goals for themselves and in the process help them realize their full potential. Now, if half of what you all said is true and if half of what I said is true, and if that is indeed the case, then clearly there are many advantages in collaborating with a good mentor to accelerate the learning process, wouldn't you say? Mentors can share their experiences and and help a mentee avoid the common pitfalls and provide them with a very clear roadmap to success. So, these are some of the things which mentors can do. Apart from that, this mentee-mentor relationship can foster an environment of continuous learning and offer encouragement and sometimes even emotional support whenever mentee is down or they're doubting their own abilities and they need to pick themselves up and go. Mentorship plays a very important part. Mentors can provide a listening ear, offer advice, and provide encouragement in the face of difficulties. When you know that you have someone who trusts your ability and will back you no matter what the outcome, what happens? When you know that you have someone who will inspire you and motivate you to write that speech, to deliver that project, or go and watch something, what happens? I have it from very reliable sources that they find this whole experience to be very transformative. So that is as far as mentorship is concerned. Well, I can stand here and go on and talk about the many virtues of mentorship, but I think it would be worthwhile to pause for a moment and acknowledge some of the potential disadvantages in mentorship as well. What in your infinite wisdom could be the disadvantages in mentorship? I was waxing eloquent about mentorship and its advantages. What could possibly be the disadvantages in mentorship? Anyone?
Analytic.
So sorry?
We will not align to the mentor.
Correct. Align. Yes. Anyone else?
Dependency.
So sorry?
Dependency.
Dependency. Yes. Yes.
Mentor-mentee doesn't sync up for
Precisely. Precisely. Yes.
One channel direction.
Can you?
Thinking in only directly
The mentor or the mentor?
listening only to the mentor.
Listening only to the mentor. Exactly. Yeah. Wonderful points. So you see, mentor can be a pain in the unmentionable parts of the body. That notwithstanding, one of the primary drawbacks, as I see it, is the risk of dependence. When a mentee becomes overly reliant on their mentor to get everything done for them, they may struggle to develop their own independence and decision-making abilities. It is therefore crucial for a protege to strike a balance between seeking guidance and charting their own course. It is even more crucial for a mentor to understand this aspect and allow their mentees free, allow them to blossom out and chart their own course. So, how does one attach oneself to a good mentor? Yeah, before I start answering this question, my own mentor is here, Matthew, and I've got to say something. Matthew's and my relationship is very unique, like I had with my mother. I have learned everything in Toastmasters from Matthew, not on a one-to-one basis, just by following this man and watching what he does. So I owe a lot to him. So how does one attach oneself to a mentor like Matthew? Anyone? How did you find your mentor? How did you find your mentor?
Observations.
No. How did you get in contact with your mentor? Was the mentor, shoved down your throat, or you went and approached? you went and approached someone. How did you find your mentor? How does one attach oneself to a mentor? Yeah.
I believe mentor and mentee have some common goal.
Yeah.
That's how they get connected
Yeah.
with each
Yeah,
other.
I was looking for a more precise answer. How did you come upon your mentor? Who is your mentor?
someone who challenges.
How did you?
I think it is more on assignment basis when we join Toastmasters.
There should be definitely a meetup that should happen. Where
It's
people
as
will
per
interact
your
with
goal.
each other.
Yeah.
Who will
Right. Right. I'm not looking. I'm not finding the kind of answers which I was
Okay.
expecting. So yeah.
I reached out to them and said, I want you to be my mentor.
Okay. Yeah. This is another one of my mentees here, Madhavika. Yeah.
We get a slight feedback if it is longer, like.
Yeah. Yeah. I was looking more for the process of finding a mentor.
Frequency match.
So sorry. Can you say that
Kind of a
again?
frequency match.
I didn't get that.
Frequency match. That is
Frequency match. Yes.
aligned.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Can you speak up, please? I can't hear you.
Perhaps someone you admire.
Yeah.
And then you reach out to
Okay,
them to-
okay. Yeah. Actually, you know something, my belief is that you don't find a mentor. You'll never find a mentor. A mentor will find you. Okay? Come at the hour, come at the man. Okay? So you may go searching for a mentor, but he might not be the right fit. A mentor will find you. This is my understanding. So again, coming back to this point, so how does one attach oneself to a mentor? Finding a mentor, hang on, let me rephrase that. Finding the right kind of a mentor can be quite a bit of a challenge. Because you see, a mentor-mentee relationship requires compatibility and trust. There's no question about it. There's no question about it. You need compatibility and you need trust. Not all mentors, let's face it, not all mentors have the required skills with which to guide and support an understudy. And let's assume that the mentors do have the required skills. Those mentors might not be willing to invest their time or put in the required effort to guide and support a mentee. So finding a mentor who aligns with a protege's goals, values, and aspirations can be quite a bit of a daunting task. There's another thing to remember here. Mentors are human beings too. They come with their own limitations. They have their own baggage. They have their own hang-ups. They have their prejudices and they have their bias. They have their biases. So it becomes very important for a mentor to approach mentorship with a critical mindset. Mentees must develop their critical thinking abilities and learn to evaluate information independently. Information, including the feedback which you get from the mentor, must be evaluated independently. So they should develop that skill. Right? All right. Now we have spoken about who a mentor is, how does one find a mentor, advantages in mentorship, disadvantages in mentorship. Now I'm coming to another section of this of my talk, which is very close to my heart, and that is called reverse mentoring. I'd like to talk to you about it. Can you hear me at the back? I'm a very soft-spoken man.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was telling you about reverse mentorship, reverse mentoring. So traditionally, mentorship has been seen as a one-way street where mentors share their wisdom and their knowledge and their expertise and give it to a mentee, and the mentee just takes it in without any questions. They lap it all up, and some of them ask for more. Give me some more. That's what happens. However, the dynamics of mentorship has undergone a significant change, and it has evolved over the recent years. I can tell you for a fact that it has evolved, at least for me, and I have come to realize that mentors can learn from their mentees. Yeah, you heard me right. Mentors can learn from mentees. Mentees can teach a mentor. I like to call this process reverse mentoring, and for me, this idea represents a very powerful paradigm shift in the traditional mentor-mentee equation. It's a traditional shift away from the usual mentor-mentee things, because mentees can teach you a hell of a lot of stuff. One of the key advantages of reverse mentoring is that mentors stand to gain substantially from the innovative ideas and fresh thinking which their mentees bring to the table. Mentees, particularly those from a younger generation or from a different social background, bring unique ideas, a new way of thinking, technical expertise, and social insights which can enrich and challenge a mentor's understanding of the world. I like to call this process reverse mentoring. Okay, this is what reverse mentoring actually does. And what reverse mentoring has actually done for me is that it has allowed me to step outside of my comfort zone. It has allowed me to step outside of my comfort zone and to question my own assumptions and challenge my existing knowledge. More often than not, mentors are entrenched in their own ideas and their way of thinking that very often they fail to see beyond their established ways of thinking. This is where a mentee comes in. Younger people with new ideas, they come and enrich a mentor's understanding of the world. And when I get out of my comfort zone, and this process of self-reflection has helped me look at things in a different light. And when I begin to see things in a different light, guess what happens? A growth mindset sets in. And when a growth mindset sets in, guess what happens? I'm suddenly open to new ideas I am suddenly open to accepting the feedback and criticism which I get from my mentees. I have serendipitously discovered that a nice, long conversation with any one of my mentees invigorates my appetite for learning. It sharpens my creativity, and it makes me seek new ways to get better myself. Reverse mentoring works well for a mentor only if a mentor possesses a certain level of humility and open-mindedness. In order for a mentor to fully benefit from the advantages and the insights which their mentees bring to the table, they must be willing to let go of preconceived notions, be open to critical feedback from their mentees, and create a safe space for open dialogue. It is only through this kind of an understanding that both the mentor and the mentee can go forward and this relationship thrive and flourish. I want to conclude by reiterating that the power of mentorship cannot be underestimated. It has the potential not just to shape individuals, but it can transform entire communities. So I ask each one of you in this room today to embrace mentorship, not just as a mentor, but also as a mentee. Let us take the opportunity to share our knowledge, our ideas, and our experiences, and at the same time be open to learning from others. Let's learn from others too. Mentorship, like I said at the beginning of the speech, is not merely an option, but it is a responsibility to guide, empower, and uplift those who walk the path behind us. Let us create a world where support, guidance, and empowerment are widespread. Back to you.